What's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? It is a big old Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. Whatever it is you want to make it a good day. Do what you need to do. Prepare for your family. Stock up what you need. Pay attention to everything that's happening around you. So much is happening right now, whether it's COVID numbers surging or gas stations closing, banks closing, grocery stores closing. Well, guess what? 10 more banks are closing. 10 major banks are set to close in the same state as customers need to make arrangements to access their money. So hit that like button. Let's get into this video. I apologize for my appearance, but I'm in the middle of painting, and then I saw the story. I said, well, we need to go ahead and bring it to you. Another state of bank branches is set to shutter in one state as depositors have increasingly adopted a more digital model. And we've talked about this before, you guys, about more banks wanting to go online, even retail stores wanting to move more of online selling than in-store selling, getting rid of cashiers and inserting AI technology, making you work for your food in more ways than one. So California will endure 10 branches closures in September this month, after the state already watched 16 branches close in August. We have seen so many banks close down. Well, hundreds of bank branches have closed throughout the U.S. this year as depositors continue to use online banking. And I think where the loss is the people who are using online. Most of them are not the elderly. So the elderly are kind of being left behind in this situation because not a lot of them like to use online banking. They would prefer to walk into the bank. I still prefer to walk into the bank, even though I don't. However, knowing I have that option matters to me, whether I need to take care of something in person or online. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, JP Morgan, and Flagstar Bank are all closing branch locations throughout the state. Bank of America will close branches in San Marcos, Anaheim, and Los Angeles. Citibank will also shutter 3 locations. Branches in Tujunga, I hope I said that right, Big Bear Lake, and Capitola are set to close. Wells Fargo will shut down branches in Redondo Beach and Santa Rosa. And if you're seeing this says Patriots, no, I am not a Patriots fan, not a New England Patriots fan. This is the Pop Warner shirt that my son did when he was a younger boy, and it was the Patriots. So, okay, back to the story. I just wanted to news alert. More than 1,100 bank branches have shuttered this year, and that's according to Crowdfund Insider. Banks have foregone real estate and digital apps, leading to a tech revolution in the industry. There are several large banks that are leaning into this trend. PNC Bank has closed several locations this year as executives announced plans to automate 60% of its branches by 2026. PNC Bank has closed several locations this year as executives announced a plan to automate 60% of its branches by 2026. I thought I need to repeat that. Although a lot of banks are closing right now, bank executives know that in order for people to trust a bank, you need to have in-person banks. So you'll see it slow down some, and some will remain open, but that is because they did a poll not too long ago, and a lot of people said they would trust the bank more if they knew that they could use an in-person location if they needed to. So they thought they'd throw in here the difference of closures and failures, because, when a bank is choosing to close, it's because they're choosing to close as opposed to a bank failing and not meeting expectations and things going wrong. So like the 10 California branches set to close, a bank closure is a planned shutdown of a branch operation often for strategic or regulatory purposes. A bank failure occurs when a bank becomes financially insolvent and cannot fulfill its obligations. So that is the difference between closures and failures, if you were wondering. And the banking industry endured a series of shocks in the first part of the year, leaving depositors weary about their money. The three banks, First Republic, Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, those were failed banks back in March and in May. The three mid-sized bank failures shook the financial market, making depositors skittish on the future of banking. In all three cases, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, took over as the receiver and insured all deposits. Now, that just does not happen, and that will not continue to happen. When these banks are failing at the rate that they are failing, there is no way the FDIC is going to step in and continue to insure all of that money. Making sure you have funds available if your bank becomes one of the ones that becomes insolvent. That you have money set aside to still be able to pay your bills until that situation is taken care of. Not having available funds in an emergency is rough. I've been there. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I'll be there again, but we're trying to make sure we get our savings back up and that we have money set aside for emergencies. But it is a struggle. Y'all not the only ones. I struggle with this a lot. The FDIC insures deposits up to $250,000 during a bank failure. The policy shift to guarantee all deposits, regardless of size, may have tempered the weariness. Since May, only one bank has failed. The small Kansas bank, Heartland Tri-State Bank. I told y'all about that. Heartland closed due to unrelated scam. The Santander Bank shut down a series of locations this year. Also, another state is shuttering several branches this month, September. Also, in another story, Bank of America with 3,900 locations closing down 3 branches this month, and customers must make necessary changes. So, different story, but the same story at the same time with these 10 banks that are shutting down. Bank of America shuttered 3 other branches in the same state in August. The large bank will shut down branches in San Marcos, Los Angeles, and Anaheim. I think I just told you about that. All 3 cities will still have a Bank of America presence after the branch departures. Bank of America shuttered 3 other branches in August in Costa Mesa, San Marcos, and Los Angeles. The brand was joined by Wells Fargo and JP Morgan. They each plan to shutter 1 and 4 branches respectively. So basically, over 10 banks are shutting down locations all across the United States. You guys pay attention to what is happening with whatever bank you are banking with. I often, and my husband often says, we should be banking with credit unions because credit unions are a little more safer than these big banks who, once you put that money in, they're quickly doing what they're going to do with that money. So something happened, you're out. You're out. Because if the FDIC don't step in and insure, you're out. So hit the like button. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Keep prepping. Keep stocking. Fall is upon us. Winter is coming. Things are rougher than expected. We have shipping supplies that are slowing down. We have truck drivers potentially striking. We have gas prices increasing and gas stations closing. So much is happening. Food prices are continuing to increase in certain areas. In certain areas, it's coming down a little bit, but not enough. Okay, we need reprieve. Okay, we need reprieve. And then we have the coming election, and I won't even get into that. See you guys in the next video. Gotta go paint. Hit that like button. It helps the channel grow. It helps the channel in so many ways. You broke my heart 1,000,000 times. Can't
can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Can we be honest? You're my comfort zone. Whatever I say, don't let me go. I know you're angry, babe, and I am cold. I get so sad at the thought